Hello, and welcome to the Judah Kinkwade channel. If this is your first time, thank you very much for joining. Please do like, subscribe, share, and turn on the notification button so that you would know when I release the next forecast. If it's not your first time, thank you for always engaging with my video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you what to expect in your strategic financial management examination for November 2024. Now, I need you to know that I've done this using trend analysis. I've examined thoroughly the questions from 2014 to 2024 mid diet, and I've observed the trend as well as the way I can assess the examination, and I've been able to come up with this forecast. Please know that this forecast usually is about 98% accurate over time based on the testimonies of my past students, and I believe that this would not be any different. Okay. Also know that there are three major categories. I've grouped all of the topics into three buckets. The first is highlighted gold. These are the topics you should give premium priority to. These are the topics you should first of all study, solve, pay attention to. Once you're done with them, then you should move to the topics in yellow. These are the topics you should give priority to. After that, you should move to the topics in blue. These are the topics you should pay attention to. So the hierarchy again is attend to the topics in gold, move to the topics in yellow, move to the topics in blue. And if you still have enough time in your hands, then you should move to the topics that are not highlighted. All right. So let's start. I'm going to be starting with the topics in gold. The first topic that we'll examine is mergers and acquisitions with valuations. So your mergers and acquisitions, your valuation, your value based, your VBM and your MBVT. You should pay attention to these topics. Now, this is the most examined topic in ICAN SFM, okay? And it's been examined 21 times from November 2014 to May 2024, as you can see on the screen. As a matter of fact, it's been extensively examined. Uh, Full diet, all right. So full diet. Let's look at this. For 2015, you can see full diet May and November. Okay, for 2016, full diet. 2018, full diet. 2019, full diet. 2021, full diet. 2022, full diet. 2023, full diet. Okay, so 2024 is highly probable. All right, so you want to give premium attention to your mergers and acquisition and your valuation. Okay, so what you should do is ensure you solve at least 9 to 10 questions from this question bank. Okay, so that would allow you understand the various techniques, the various angles that I can use to set I can use this to set the examination, and so that you will not be caught by surprise for your November 2024 examination. So please do ensure to solve 8 to 9 to 10 questions from this question bank. Okay, so next to the topic is introduction to strategic financial management. Like I normally say, ICAN is as if ICAN understands its student or our student. Students neglect these introductory chapters, and ICAN takes these introductory chapters very seriously, and this applies to all of your papers. Okay, so I've observed over the years that ICAN does not joke with our introductory chapters. But I don't know why students don't pay attention to this part of their syllabus. Probably because they feel it's an introduction, it's theory, it's easy, and all of that. But please take note, ICAN does not joke with it. Okay. So, Introduction to Strategy Financial Management has been examined 19 times from November 2014 to May 2024. Okay, and there are some diets where it was also examined the full year, the full diet. For instance, okay, let's see. 2017 it was examined the full year, right? 2021 full year, 2022 full year, 2023 full year. Okay, so you can see the trend also, and 2024 it's highly November 2024 November is highly probable. Okay, so you want to give premium priority to introduction to strategic financial management. Next to it is your portfolio theory and capital asset pricing model. This has been examined 13 times from May 2015 to November 2023. So the last time this was examined was November 2023. Okay, so it's highly probable in your November 2014 examination. All right, so please ensure you solve at least 40% of this question bank. It's very important. So let's move to the next one. All right, so those are the topics you should give premium priority to. Let's move to the ones you should give priority to, and those are the topics highlighted in yellow. Okay, so we're going to be starting that with cost of capital, your financing of project, and your adjusted present value. So please pay attention, give priority to your cost of capital, financing of project, as well as adjusted present value. You would see that these topics have been merged together because they all feed into each other. All right, you need knowledge of one for the next, and it's all just a whole, it's a whole book. Okay, so you need to understand all of this if you're going to make sense of any of them. All right, so you need to pay attention to these three topics. They've been examined 20 times. It's also one of they are also one of the most examined topics in ICAN from November 2014 till May 2024. Okay, so this has been extensively examined. All right, so please give priority to these topics. All right, so next to it is your discounted cash flows, which has been examined 15 times and was last examined in May 2024. All right, so discounted cash flows is another key topic in SFM, another key topic in SFM, and there are some diets where it was extensively examined through the year. So look at May and November 2016, through the year, 2018 full year, okay, 2020, 2023, okay. So this year, when I can decide to shine the spotlight on it, they really shine the spotlight on it, okay. So it's probable in November 2024 examination. Next to it is your sources of finance, so equity and debt, your finance for SMEs as well as Islamic finance. Please pay attention. I observe that when I can also shine the spotlight, they shine the spotlight, okay? They do. And I've seen situations where more than one question. I mean, yeah. So you can have question two and question six from the same diet. So when I can decide to examine this particular topic bank, they will exploit well. Okay, so let's look at May 2016. You can see it was examined in two different questions. November 2017, two different questions. You can see even that November it was examined the full year. Look at November 2018, two questions. Look at May 2021, two questions. Look at November 2021, two questions. Okay, so that's the thing. All right. So please pay attention to this question bank. Ensure you solve about about 6 to 8 questions, okay, from this question bank. Then we move to features, options, and options pricing theory. This is another topic that I've observed that when they decide to also pay attention to that ICAN, they catch students unawares. This particular topic, in fact, I've seen for this particular topic also, I've seen diets where they just repeat questions. They just repeat questions, and a lot of students still fail these particular topics. So please don't be like those students. Pay attention to these topics. Okay. It was last examined in November 2023, and it's possible in your November 2024 examination. Next to be international valuation standard and business valuation, which was last examined in May 2023. Okay, please pay attention. It's probable in November 2024. Now let's move to the questions, to the topics highlighted in blue, starting with your FX risk and currency risk management. Although it was examined last time, May 2024, it's still examinable, or it's still probable in your November 2024 examination. Okay, then let's move to FRA and swap. Then for FS weeks and currency risk management, okay, so just it's probable. It's probable. Please so pay attention to this. The next is FRAs and swap. It was last examined in May 2022, and it's highly probable. Okay, we don't want to be caught by surprise, so please pay attention to FRA and swap. Ensure you solve about 2 to 3 questions. Then we move to corporate reconstruction and reorganization. Corporate reconstruction and reorganization, as simple as this topic is, so students still find it difficult. Okay, it was last examined in May 2019. That's a very long time. Okay, so please pay attention. Finally, cash flow forecast, which was last examined in November 2022. It's probable in November 2024. Okay, so in this video, I've been able to share with you what to expect in your strategic financial management November 2024 diet examination. Before you go, I have a very important announcement to make, and this would benefit you especially if you've written a paper more than once. So I've come across students that are struggling. They've been struggling to pass just a single paper, and they are yet to move to the next stage of their ICAN examination career, okay, just because of a single paper. And some of these students score as low as 30%, 20%, and even 10%. Now, I know this for a fact because this also happened to me. I remember it was advanced audit and assurance. Now, at the time when I was writing the examination, I was practicing as an auditor, so I had the field experience, okay, but yet I kept failing. In fact, I think I had 19% or thereabout. Yeah, it was a ridiculous mark, and I could have sworn that I did everything I needed to do. I was attending lectures, I covered the syllabus, I solved questions, I studied, I took notes, I did everything, but yet I was failing. It was when I got, I think it was 19%, 19 over 100, that I decided to put a stop to it. And that was when I discovered all the strategies I'm about to share with you. All right. So, are you that students that have been failing the ICAN examination? You've been failing a paper, you've been scoring less than 50%. In fact, you've been scoring ridiculous marks, and you do not know what else to do. In fact, you might be about to quit your ICAN career. Don't quit just yet. This is for you. And if you're not that student, if this is your first time of writing the examination, do not wait until this happens to you. You can fail proof your exam. And if this is not your first, and if you're not that student, don't worry, you do not need to wait until this happens to you. You can ensure that you pass your exam 100%. Okay? Now, let me tell you one thing that you've been missing prior to now. I've observed and discovered that most students that find themselves in this scenario, they lack presentation, okay, the presentation skill. They do not know how to present. Now, a lot of students understand the course, they've read, just like me, they've read, they've covered the syllabus, they've done everything they need to do, but they lack presentation skill. They don't know how to present, and ICAN does not joke with this, especially at the professional level and also the skills level. So you need that presentation skill. Okay, now a lot of times you do not know, you have zero idea on how the ICAN marking guide works. Okay, and when you don't know this, you don't know how to approach the examination. Okay, in fact, just this one skill alone, once you understand this strategy alone, you can ace the exam, you can pass the exam excellently. Okay, now you need to understand how the ICAN marking guide works, the different marks that ICAN can allocate to each of the questions. Once you have an idea of this, it helps you, it guides you on how to answer the question, it guides your time management, the amount of time and effort you should give to each of the questions. Now, that is not all. Another thing you might be missing is you might not even understand how to approach the questions based on the marks allocated. Okay, so I can just put marks in your question script, your question paper. You see the marks allocated to each question. These marks, they mean something. You need to understand what they mean, and you need to know how to answer these questions based on the marks allocated to each of the questions. Okay. Another thing you might be missing is you do not know what your examiners are requiring of you. For each question you see in that examination booklet, in the question booklet, the examiners are expecting certain things from you. Okay, both written and not written. There are things they are looking out for. You need to understand what they are looking out for, and also you need to know how to give it back to them. Okay, another thing you might be missing is you might have zero strategy on how to answer questions you don't know. All right, I've seen students that once they don't know how to, once they don't understand the question, they leave a blank. They don't answer the question. That is wrong, and that sends a lot of negative signal to your examiners. Okay, you do not want to do that. So you need a strategy that would help you write the right things, even if you don't know the question. Now this is a bonus. If you know how to mark your examination script and examination, or especially if you already have all the strategies I've listed above, you would pass the examination certainly 100%. Okay. Then finally, this is also a bonus. You would be able to stretch your mark. You would be able to set your mark to a minimum of 70%. Now this is very easy. It is possible. It is doable. I've done it. A lot of my students have done this, so it is possible. Imagine when you know that you score not less than 70, you've passed already, and you've not just passed. You're on your way to, you have a high chance of getting the ICAN prize. Okay. Now, I've recorded a video to give you all of these skills, the how to answer ICAN exams questions excellently video. Now, in this video, I share how to comprehend the ICAN marking guide. So I teach you the ICAN marking guide, the different ways ICAN marks the examination. Okay, so when they tell you to list, I tell you what they're expecting. Okay, the possible marks that are allocated for listing. When they tell you to explain, the possible marks that are allocated to that, how to approach those sort of questions. So I just in general teach you, I break it down how the ICAN guide marking guide works. Once you understand the ICAN marking guide, then you would know how to answer question, any kind of question. And I did this for both calculation-based exam and theory-based exam. Now that is not all. I teach you a strategy, okay, on how to approach each question based on the marks allocated. Okay, so if a particular question is 15 marks, I tell you exactly how to get all of the 15 marks. It is very important. Okay, so that's 15 marks. You should aim to get all of the 15 marks, and I teach you exactly how to do that, what to write, the approach, the manner of presentation, is it report writing, is it essay, all of that is covered in the video. Now that is not all. I also teach you how to decode the minds of your examiners. Okay, once you understand exactly what your examiners are looking for, just write it, and I teach you, I show you exactly how to present, okay, what your examiners are looking for. It's all in the video. Now that is also not all. I give you a powerful strategy to answer questions you have zero idea about. So there are questions you accurately do not know. There are questions you know, but you do not know what to write. There are questions you know, but probably because of anxiety, the tension, the stress, you just know how to present. I tell you exactly what to write to get scores. Alright, so if this one alone too is another one that would boost your mark. If this is all you get in the video, it will boost your mark. So I tell you exactly what to write if you have zero idea of a particular question. Okay, that is also not all. I also show you how to mark your examination script or an examination or. So imagine you have all of the strategies I mentioned above. You know how to you know how the ICAN marking guide works. You understand how to answer questions based on the marks allocated. You understand the minds of examiners and how to satisfy their requirements. You know what to write when you don't know the question. Now imagine you now know how to mark your script. You now mark your script and determine the score. The possible score. Okay, now what this helps you do is once you've seen that, okay, what are my possible score might fall below 50%, might fall below 60%, then you know that you should go back and check the areas where you can boost your score based on all of the strategies that I share in the video. Finally, I teach you how to increase your mark to minimum of 70%. So enough of the 30%, of the 20%, and less than 10%. I show you how to boost your marks to 70%. So if this is you've struggled, you're writing, you keep writing a paper, and there is no point of escape. You don't have a solid strategy to escape and to move to the next phase. This is for you. If that's also not you, if this is your first time, you also need to lay your hands on this video to boost your chances of success. Now, for the next 24 hours, this video goes for 10,000 naira. For the next 24 hours, you would have access to this video for just 7,500 naira. Now, let me quickly state, if you're watching this video at the later time, please note that this discount will not be available at that time. You would be getting this video at the current price at the time of watching this video. Alright, so for the next 24 hours, get this video for just 7,500 naira. Now, this is the link. Copy this link to your browser, seller.co/mark. Copy this link to your browser to get the video, or click on the link in the description. This link is also in the description of the video. Click on the link to get this video. If you want to do a manual transfer, here is the details that you should send to. These details are displayed on the screen. Please send your payment proof, your email and phone number to jutire1@gmail.com or to the number displayed on your screen. WhatsApp only, please. Alright, so once again, thank you for watching my video. If this is your first time, do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on the notification button so that you would know when the next video is uploaded. If it's not your first time, thank you for always watching and engaging my videos. Do not forget to recommend this video to someone that is taking the ICAN examination.